Can God trust you with wealth? That's my question. Can God trust you with wealth? True wealth does not show favoritism. And this is another level of wealth when we have kingdom-minded wealth. We don't just rub shoulders with wealthy people and then abandon people who do not have. It is unspiritual to show preferential treatment based on people's financial well-being. So you cannot show favoritism, honor some people and dishonor some people just because they have what they don't have. Jesus was at the temple when the woman who had just 2 mites came to drop her offering. And the Bible says other people had dropped a lot, put a lot of offerings, large sums of money. And they looked and they said, that woman has given more today because she gave all that she had. So the same Jesus who was comfortable sitting with the tax collectors, Zacchaeus and all of this, is the same man who can tell and discern spirits and discern motives and say you are not less down because you have less than. A wealthy mindset shows in its burial. A wealthy mindset shows in the end. The Bible says the end of a thing is better or greater than the beginning thereof. The way people end their lives, or as you grow in life, it ought to show that you are mastering wealth. In wisdom, you ought to become wiser. In natural wealth, you ought to become richer. In everything you do, you ought to become better as your time on earth comes to an end. You know why? Because that's an inheritance that you leave to the next generation. And even Jesus' life showed this example. We know that according to Isaiah chapter 53 verse 9, he had done no wrong and had never deceived anyone, but he was buried like a criminal. He was put in a rich man's grave. Jesus, though he died on the cross, was buried in a rich man's grave. The estimate of Jesus' burial was over $200,000. 70 pounds of myrrh. A brand new tomb that nobody had used before. This is the same Jesus that we like to say is poor. He died wealthy, was buried as a king. Let's apply this to our lives.